What a jam. Probably haven't heard the full version of the classic loading jam. Gets pretty funky there at the end. Is that a flute? Certainly a woodwind. Certainly a woodwind. It's a Saturday night. The stream team is here. The true sickos. My main man Wilbur is here. You know he's vibing. It's a Saturday night. Kids are asleep. Laura is out of town for the weekend, so why not spend a Saturday night with the sickos doing a weekend shift after some classic game sixes on a Friday night? And honestly, that's the reason. Got to do this. Game seven's happening tomorrow afternoon. It will be easy on a Monday show to not get to everything from these game sixes. So they just got to be memorialized a little bit here because we had two classics. But before I start, last time I did one of these, I just rambled for like 30 minutes straight, zero breaths. It's not going to happen tonight. Tonight, I set a timer for precisely 13 minutes. 13 minutes, all classics. Guaranteed, starting right now. We're going to start with Bucks Celtics. How can you not start? I should say Celtics Bucks. Jayson Tatum versus Giannis Antetokounmpo. An instant classic playoff duel. Are you kidding me? An incredible game from both these guys. I said on Friday's show, the question was, what are you excited about? What are you going to be watching for in these games? And I said everything from Celtics Bucks. I started my rambling spiel with something along the lines of, could we see another kingly performance from Giannis? Been kicking myself for the way I said kingly ever since then. Kingly, tough word to say. Then I also said, could we see a 50-point game from Jayson Tatum? Maybe. I didn't expect that both of those things would happen in the very same game. 44 points, 20 rebounds for Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's a lot of roast beef. Added 6 assists. Incredible performance. Legendary performance. The kind of performance you love to see from one of the greatest players in the league going to an even bigger level when his team needs it the most. And guess what? Not even the craziest game. In that game, 46 points for Jayson Tatum. He hit 7 threes. I would have thought he actually hit 17 threes. 9 rebounds, 4 assists. This guy had an answer every time that you thought Giannis had an answer. You know, I think maybe it was a 4-point game at one point at the closest. Oh, you hear those click clacks. You hear those click clacks. Look who's here. Yams, come here. Yams, come here. Come here real quick. This is rare. A rare Yams has been spotted nonetheless. Yeah, she heard me talking, had to come down and see what's going on. Jayson Tatum, though, every time that the Bucks scored, every time it seemed like the Bucks had seized momentum and that it was going to kind of be a repeat of game 5 where the Bucks came back big time in the fourth quarter. No, Jayson Tatum had an answer every single time. I think he scored 11 straight at one point. That was awesome. That's the kind of thing that like years from now, people talk about the all-time great duels like Larry Bird versus Dominique Wilkins. This is going to be that, you know, who knows how the rest of the playoffs turns out. It didn't matter. It's a game 6. We're going to remember that forever. That was incredible. We're lucky to have watched that last night. Whole lot of green out there. And yeah, that was awesome to watch. Another key point from that game, got to bring it up. It's the key to every single playoff game for the most part. 3-point shooting, 7 of 29. For Milwaukee, 17 of 43 for Boston. Like I said, Jayson Tatum, 7 threes of his own. That's as many as the Bucks hit. That's really the difference right there. You got to make 3-pointers. It's 2022. 2022. Richie Beno. You know what it's like. So those are my two big takeaways for Bucks Celtics. Giannis versus Tatum. We were lucky to see that. Just lucky to see it. Hopefully we get another one tomorrow afternoon. And, you know, it does come down to 3-point shooting. Got to make those 3-pointers. Because they're going to be there for both teams. All right. As for tomorrow, one other thing I really liked about this, now that I'm thinking about it, see, this is how I end up going too long, but I got to move on. I'm looking at the timer here. One quick thing is that Stephen A. Smith, he loves saying Beantown, and I love that about Stephen A. Smith. Every time he had a chance to say that we have a game 7 going to wherever, it could be Boston, going back to Massachusetts, going to the Garden, whatever he would want to say, he goes Beantown every time. And so do we. Going to be exciting times in Beantown tomorrow. My pick, the kingly performance from Giannis Antetokounmpo. I got to stick with the Bucks. I had Bucks in 6. So I'm not going to change it now just because it's one game off. Bucks in 7. But more than anything, let's hope it's an absolute classic, just like game 6, so we can talk about back-to-back jacks Monday morning, 10 a.m. Cool beans. Moving on. Cool beans, Beantown. Warriors, Grizzlies. You know, on many nights, this would have been the game of the night because we got to see game 6 Klay Thompson come back. Wow, exciting times. We even had Richard Jefferson shouting out game 6 Klay Thompson. And I thought it was pretty special that Klay got to have a game 6 closeout moment in the Chase Center after, being away from the game for such a long time. Let's see what Klay ended up with here. 30 points, 8 of 14 3-point shooting, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks also for Klay Thompson. That was cool. That was cool to see him really show up in a game 6 like he's done so many times before. It's obviously not quite at the level of 2016 Thunder game 6. I don't know if you have it in the mix for Rockets game 6, perhaps, but nonetheless, in a closeout game to show up like that after, kind of having an up and down sort of season and postseason since his return, that was really, really fun to see. Also great to see Draymond Green looking a lot more aggressive out there. That was something that I was looking forward to for Friday night's game 6 on the show. 14 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists. He was just in hyperdrive mode every single time. Every chance that he would get with a grab and go sort of opportunity off the glass or catching the ball in a 4-on-3 short roll situation, he was attacking every single time. He was looking for his offense. He was looking to create for others. This was the Draymond Green that the Warriors need going forward and what they needed last night. But also, huge shout out to Kevon Looney, 22 rebounds. That's a lot of roast beef. That's a lot of Richie Beno. 22 rebounds. Great stuff. 2 roast beefs in 2 game 6s. That's lucky stuff. I've seen a lot of pictures going around of Kevon Looney photoshopped onto Hakeem Olajuwon, and this is showing up on like Golden State Warrior Instagram stories. Funny stuff, but Looney was big time. He only scored 4 points. Who cares? He was major on the glass. He also had maybe you would call this a double bacon roast beef because he had 11 offensive rebounds and 11 defensive rebounds. That's like 4 strips of bacon. I like that. A double bacon roast beef for Kevon Looney in a game 6 with game 6 Klay showing up as well. Great stuff from the Warriors, considering how disappointing their performance was in game 5. Looks like we got 6 minutes left. So I do have to do this. I'm a little surprised. Shout out to finally seeing the big Dillon Brooks game. 30 points, 28 shots. But, he had 12 points in the first quarter. That was big time. And, even though it took him 28 shots to get to his 30 points, I'm happy for Skeets that Dillon Brooks got to have a nice Dillon Brooks game. So great stuff. Warriors, Grizz. Game 6, Klay, Draymond and Looney, and a Dillon Brooks game. What more could you ask for? That was a really fun series. The Warriors basically ended up having to play 2 different versions of a good playoff team in the same series. There were ups and downs in kind of both of the 3 games, but they did end up figuring it out. Though I will say, heading into round 2, heading into the semifinals of the playoffs here, I was thinking maybe the Warriors had taken a step past the Suns with how well they played against Denver there in their first round series. But I'm a little, I don't know. I'm not feeling quite as strongly about Golden State right now, but we shall see going forward because we don't even know who they're going to play yet. We got Suns Mavs game 7 as well tomorrow. Kind of fun because on one hand, game 7, what was the stat we kept seeing on all these broadcasts? 72% of teams, I think, win game 7 at home. That's a pretty nice chunk right there. It's a smaller chunk, I will say, than 83% of teams that win game 5 win the series. So you're doing better once you get to that game 7. Anything could happen because this is home court advantage versus best player in the series. Luka Doncic, no doubt, has been that, despite kind of struggling from the 3-point line. So yeah, I mean, which do you favor is kind of the question. Do you tend to favor home court advantage? Do you think that having the best player in the series is really what matters? I picked Giannis and the Bucks to win a game 7 in Boston. Does that mean I shouldn't pick Luka and the Mavericks to win a Game 7 in Phoenix? Because it's highly unlikely 2 Game 7 road winners happen, right? That is right. I mean, I do think the Suns is the smart pick here. If you're trying to determine between Mavs and Suns tomorrow, home court advantage has been incredibly powerful in this series for whatever reason. Dallas is great at home. They shoot the ball really, really well. And for whatever reason, the Suns just can't seem to get on track. But then they come back to Phoenix and everything is better. And everything just looks back to normal. So it's going to come down. Of course, this is my podcasting pro tip. Who hits the most threes? Whoever hits the most threes is going to win the game, unless they both go for like 7 for 49. Hopefully that's not the case. I don't know. I tend to go best player, so I want to pick Luka and the Mavs, but I think I'm going to, give me Luka and the Mavs. Who cares? It's a Saturday night. We're having fun. We're having fun here on the weekend shift. Let's hear what the people are thinking. I'm going to try and set up a quick poll here for y'all to vote. Okay. Mav. Game 7, baby. Game 7, baby. We also got some Game 7s going on tonight, I suppose, in the NHL. That was going to be my last thing to talk about because we're running low on time here. Okay. It's going to be a massive poll. We're going to get Celtics. We're going to get Bucks. We're going to add... No, this doesn't make sense. Game 7. Okay, Celtics, Bucks. Nah, who cares? Suns, Mavs. That's what we're talking about. Wasting time. All right, there we go. Put the Zaza in the sky. Oh, I should have loaded it into the StreamYard here. Let me see if it just happens to be hanging around. Let me see. Bing bong! No, I don't see it. We only have the bing bong. But at least we have the bing bong guy. Been missing that guy. All right. Let's check the timer. 2 minutes. Perfect. 2-minute warning. 2 minutes. What's watch tonight? Lightning versus Leafs, Game 7. I think it's happening right now. Probably check it out. I'll probably keep an eye on that at the very least. What do we got? Wow, it's Toronto versus Tampa Bay on the baseball diamond as well? That's wild to me. How do I find this? I guess I got to go to NHL.com. I'm a man who uses NHL.com right now. Tampa Bay Lightning leading 1-0. Second period, 18 minutes left. That's a lot of hockey left. Trust me, that's a lot of hockey left. Okay, so I'll check that out. Will I watch Kings Oilers? Not likely. Not likely unless it's super entertaining. I see also that the Chicago Sky are facing the Minnesota Lynx, probably playing right now. That's interesting to me, but on a night with no basketball, no NBA playoff basketball, I should say. I do like to look to the other sports out there because you never know when another We Like Sports is going to drop. Incredible editing by JD to make that into something hilarious. There's also a UFC fight night tonight. I don't know if anybody watched UFC 274 last weekend. The last 3 fights, super interesting. We had an incredible kick to the face. Didn't look like a martial arts kick to me. Looked like a full-on, if you tried to kick a soccer ball as hard as you possibly could, this is how you would kick it. Somehow got through. Unbelievable kick. One of the craziest I've ever seen, no doubt. Then also one of the most boring fights of all time in the co-main event. But then great stuff from Charles Oliveira, I believe. That was a fun fight to watch as well. That guy looks like he's very good, though I've only seen him fight now for like a couple of rounds. I have no idea. I don't know much about him, but that was an impressive performance as well. So an enjoyable 274 makes me interested in fight night. Let me know if it's actually any good. Let me know if it's good. Well, what's up, Tommy Poro? Shout out to my main man, Tommy Poro. Okay, what else we got? I was also interested. Should I watch the Batman tonight? I know it's a long one. But I could jam it through. I could jam a 3-hour movie in. Man, I can't believe it. I got to every single one of my notes. Ended with the Batman. Then the timer hit. That's how you do it on a weekend shift. 13 minutes of classic, baby. All right. We got Game 7s coming tomorrow. 3:30 p.m. Eastern. I didn't even actually check what time the schedule is. I know it is at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be phone streaming that first half, baby. 3:30 p.m. Eastern. We got the Milwaukee Bucks in Boston against the Beantown Boys. And then 8 p.m. Eastern, TNT, we've got the Dallas Mavericks facing the Phoenix Suns. Gonna be awesome. No Dunks will be back at the very latest, 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday morning, to talk about these game 7s, to preview some series. We'll probably get into some game 6s. It's going to be great. So subscribe to No Dunks if you haven't yet. Follow us at No Dunks Inc. And here we go. Let's just get some Wilbur here. This one is, yeah, there we go. Look at this crazy guy. Look at this wild man. There we go. That's some classic cat action for you right there. He loves a little scritch on his back. Oh, my little sweet boy. My little sweet boy. You could